Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 4. I just watched the Episode 3. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for Vinland Saga in case you don't know it. I'm binge watching Vinland Saga, meaning that you can find on that playlist all of my reaction videos to all of the episodes of the season 1 and the beginning of this season 2 into the chronological order. It's also a way for you to not have to search for each videos and all, like you're just going on my channel, going on that playlist, and you can watch everything just like that, you know, without even intervening, you know, on, on YouTube and stuff like that, like while you are working or doing something. You can just have it, you know, at the back or something like that. I'm saying it each time because really that's how I was watching reaction videos during a certain period of time. That's how I'm still watching them sometimes, you know, like to rewatch something with someone. It's so cool. And you know, that's why I'm making this playlist for you guys to enjoy them like I loved to enjoy them also. Okay, right there, episode 4. I'm glad to be there to watch a new episode for sure. I'm a little surprised by what happened during the previous one, clearly. Like, for Thorfinn, I mean, I'm surprised and not because I'm not surprised by all of the events that happened, but I'm surprised that the story is going on that direction. I thought that after the first episode of this season 2, being a presentation of a new character, Einar, and clearly to introduce us the fact that he would become one of the main characters of this season and maybe of this entire anime, after having an episode 2 being there to present the context of their situation, you know, the fact that they are slaves, the master, the son, all of that, I thought that this episodes 3 and 4 would be to tell us how Thorfinn ended up, you know, being a slave, because again, that's a mystery for me. Canute, at the end of the season 1, told him you can go wherever you want, you don't need to stay right there. I knew that he wouldn't come back home. Thorfinn, who can't kill Askeladd, for him it's a dishonor, like he didn't respect his promise to have a revenge for his dad, he can't come back home. Like, he could, if he wanted to, he could. He's that clever, that strong now. But he can't. During his entire life, you know, since his dad died, he was just blinded by this desire of revenge. He never imagined a future for himself. So once Askeladd is dead and not killed by him, he has no idea of what he can do. He has no future, you know, because he didn't prepare any future except for I want to kill you, and then what you would have done. Even if you would have killed Askeladd yourself, and then what? He never imagined a future for himself. So clearly Thorfinn felt empty, felt like he dishonored his dad. Okay, I understand that, but how can you end up being a slave? That I don't understand. So I thought that we would discover that. In fact, we continued to follow Olmar, the son of this master, of their master, of Thorfinn and Einar's master, who is so stupid, who is really acting like a baby, a crying baby, and at some point he was a crying, drunk, stupid baby. All of that can be really a bad mix, and I thought that it could be dangerous, but in fact that guy can't be dangerous for anyone because he's a baby! Like really, a baby! Like, he's making little crises like that. Oh, he's so annoying and all. These guys, these bodyguards, clearly people hired by the master to defend the place. These guys told him to Olmar, if you want to become a man, because clearly right now you're a baby, if you want to become a man, you need to kill someone. Why not a slave? They chose Einar and Thorfinn. That's really the worst decision that they could have taken, because clearly you don't know this too. And they were just like, okay, let's kill them. Clearly Olmar can't do it by himself, but that guy, seeing Thorfinn offering himself his life, like that's it, I don't want for Einar to die, even if Einar really ran into Olmar to be like, okay, maybe I can fight him, you Thorfinn, run away, escape. Like, I thought that it was so nice and so brave, you know, like, clearly he doesn't know Thorfinn and he just wanted to save him, maybe because he couldn't save his sister and his mother, and rather he wanted to save someone. And no matter what, because, you know, truly Einar, he has a big heart, and I can see it. Again, I don't think that he has a big brain, but he has a big heart, and that was so sweet of him to do that. No matter what, Thorfinn offered to sacrifice himself because he's that empty, that hopeless, he has no future, like all of that. That's why he was not afraid of dying when the guy began to cut him. For me, it was not a question of Thorfinn being brave, you know, because he was not moving. No, it was Thorfinn being empty, who didn't care about dying or not, because he thinks that he never lived something good, and that really, it's making me so mad, because clearly Thorfinn doesn't remember all of his childhood, all of these good moments that he had with his family, the fact that they all loved him, all of what his dad taught him. He never evolved. I'm seeing it since beginning of season 1. Physically, mentally, he evolved. He's stronger, he's more clever, but emotionally, he never evolved. He's still that little kid. He was still that little kid blinded by this rage, this desire of revenge against Askeladd. The fact that he's reacting like that, even if Askeladd is dead, is proving me that he's still that kid. He didn't evolve, even if he's using big lines, big words and all of that, he's talking about life like that. No, he didn't evolve. In fact, if he's right now saying that he never had good moments into his life, it means that he doesn't see the good life that he had with his family. He's not considering them, the fact that they can miss him, the fact that they can need him. He didn't evolve neither, he didn't understand all of what Askeladd in fact did for him during all of these entire years, all of what he taught him, because whether you want it or not, Thorfinn, he was your mentor, one of your mentors, Thorfinn, Askeladd for Thorfinn, I mean. And yes, he doesn't evolve, emotionally he doesn't evolve, I mean still now he didn't evolve. It's making me a little bad. And then at the end we had this guy coming, and I really don't know who he is, in the sense that we don't have his name, but also like he's presented as the boss of these bodyguards, these guys hired to defend the place. Okay, but clearly he was not there during a period of time. He was annoying his grandpa. He was acting as a lazy teenager with his grandpa, and I did not appreciate that. But when he came back, he was so respected by his men, like they were all afraid of him, they were all respecting him, they were all obeying to him. So it means that he's clearly someone for these guys, he's clearly respected enough, and also it's cool. But at the same time, how he's intervening, and the fact that we don't know his name, and the fact that he's coming like that, it's making me think like, do we know you? I don't have the impression that we saw him before. Are you related to someone that we know? I can't see it. Did we hear about you and I can't remember it? Maybe. Like, you know, I'm still searching for who the guy is truly, fundamentally, like, what is your story? I think that is gonna be important, but I don't know yet for what reason. Is it because of just the influence that he's gonna have on Thorfinn, on what is happening right there? Is it because of his name? Is someone important? Is it because he's related to someone that we know, or someone who is important? Like, you know? I don't know about that yet. I'm gonna see that right now, because I'm gonna watch this episode right now. For you guys, if you want, you can have a longer reaction part on my Patreon for this episode. extended one or maybe the full reaction parts. I put the full reaction part for big episodes, and clearly for Vinland Saga I put a majority of full reaction part. In fact, no matter what, longer reaction part and full opacity, and you have this reaction videos for Vinland Saga with 4 videos of advance, meaning that if you're watching this on YouTube, you can have, if you're subscribing right now to my Patreon, you can have my reactions and my thoughts to the episodes 5, 6, 7, 8? Yes, something like that. And for sure, by subscribing right now, you're gonna have access to all of the videos of the month, but also to all of the videos that I posted before, meaning that you can watch, rewatch, binge watch all of my reaction videos to the entire season 1. And for sure to other shows, animes that I'm reacting to. It's privileges, advantages that I'm giving you if you're subscribing to my Patreon. It's the best way, you know, for me to encourage you to come on my Patreon and all, because it can be truly useful for me. So if you want and if you can, come, you're gonna have these advantages. Let's go for this episode. Hello, Snake. You recognized Askeladd's look? A warrior, a real warrior fighter look. And your instinct told you to defend yourself. You recognized it, his look, but I think that he recognized you also, your look. Yes. You just need to find a reason. But like he said, your body knows a reason already. At least Thorfinn. You're slaves! But you're not weak. Bjorn. Arnaid, your girl?
私の古着で少し大きいだろうが、トルフィンにこれをやろう。
Thank you so much for your advices for the medicine and for the shirt.
お前な、パテールさんになんか一言ないのかよ。
Thank you. I love the picture. A parent with its kid when he's trying to teach you a lesson about how to behave. Nope. Get him to talk about his past. We need to know what happened after Askeladd's death.
Thorfinn. お前、戦争に行ったことある？ああ。人を殺したのか？ああ。何人くらいだ？
He didn't count.
そんなこと知ってどうする？お前、戦争が嫌いなんだろ？
At some point he wanted to be a warrior.
何人かなんて覚えちゃいない。5つか6つくらいの頃から戦場にいた。俺は戦士だった。軽蔑するか、エイナル。
His heart is too big for that. I understand the reasons why he could hate him because of Einar's background. Einar can understand with his heart what you did. Who is dreaming of that right now? Okay, you Einar. Maybe Thorfinn was one of them, witnessed that being on their side. Maybe.
たくさん殺した。
I know your heart, you're not like that. Einar? Einar? Are you really trying? Oh Einar, I really don't think, like, I thought that you would have stopped. And you, in your dreams, you're still a kid. Emotionally, still a kid. He pictures himself as a kid each time, never as an adult, never as himself. It's a fight which can never end, Thorfinn. Is it your guilt that you're fighting? But Einar, for you to truly do it, first for sure you're doing it wrong. If you didn't kill him yet, for sure you're not a killer. Even on someone asleep. That's a nightmare that you have again and again. You know, the one in the last episode? Knew it that this woman's death wouldn't you. She helped you, you betrayed her, that was the beginning of. Knew it. That's why, also, that's one of my favorite episodes, you know. That's when it became to be like the enemy. I mean, what he thought what the enemy is, and in fact he understood that he couldn't be the enemy of someone. Do you understand what I mean? He's the villain of someone else's story. Like right there for Einar. It was not that right there. Oh, the musical theme.
殺した。大勢殺した。お前の家族を殺した奴ら。そいつらと俺は同じだ。
Yes. He had his reasons, but no matter what, he had reasons to be there, to do that, but at the end...
生きてると何かいいことありますか？俺はなかったよ。
You're wrong about that, you're really wrong. Your childhood, your family, people who loves you.
お前がどんなひどい目にあったかなんて知らねえ。けどこんな地獄でのんきにくっちゃべってられんの、そしてネタにしていられんの。誰かが俺らを生かしてくれたからだろうが。なんもなかったらって違うだろ。違うだろ。
Thank you. Maybe he can hear it coming from you. I'm seeing it also that he's acting a little like, you know, he's self-centered and He's a little selfish with his way of thinking, of emotionally thinking, you know, emotionally feeling.
お前が俺の家族を殺したわけじゃねえだろうか。思い上がんじゃねえよ。
That's it, I love you, Einar. I already appreciated you a lot before, but now I love you.
起こしてくれてありがとう。お前の寝言のおかげですっかり寝不足だぜ。そうか。
Can I have a lot of meanings, this? Thank you for waking me.
ごめん、エイナ。さっさと寝ちまえ。
Did you make peace, both of you, with your past? Who? The cemetery, perhaps his dead bodies. Canute or Canute's brother or... Canute, I think. I think that this episode could be named Lessons of Life for Thorfinn. Because really, I had this impression that the first scenes, you know, we came back really at this moment with Snake intervening. So we're not gonna know his real name, we're just gonna have that nickname, Snake. But are you related to someone that we know? Are you truly someone important? I don't know. Maybe you were just introduced as someone important, well respected by all of these guys, like they are so afraid of you and all. Maybe just to say that you're gonna be important for Thorfinn for this moment and maybe also for later. Like, Snake right there taught a big lesson to Thorfinn because he recognized on Thorfinn someone who fought, you know, someone who is not afraid of dying because of that, because he's a fighter and all. And he knew that Thorfinn would react, didn't want to die, not that much and all. And that's why he did that, he tested him. And then Thorfinn recognized this look, you know, that Snake had, someone who is gonna attack, someone who is gonna fight for real and who is good at it. The fact that the first image that he had in his mind looking at Snake's look, it was Askeladd's look. Oh, Thorfinn, I really hope that at some point you're gonna understand that you learned a lot from Askeladd. For me, Thors was your dad and taught you a lot. Askeladd was your first mentor. Maybe you're gonna have other mentors, you know, into your life, but Askeladd was your first mentor, whether you want it or not. And just right there, the fact that you recognized this look thanks to Askeladd, that's already one proof of it. But yes, clearly, right there, Snake taught you a lesson about the fact that your body still wants to live, that you have still that instinct, you know, of surviving, defending yourself. So clearly, you don't want to die, not that much. Not deep inside. You know what I think. Physically, mentally, he evolved really a lot. He's stronger, he's more clever. Emotionally, he's still a kid. And that's why emotionally, he feels like he's empty, he has no reasons to stay alive. Nothing great happened into his life, you know, like really, emotionally he's still a kid. And again, into his dreams, he's picturing himself as a kid, he's blocked into that period of time. And that's why he's making also all of these nightmares. He's still a kid fighting, you know, what he did into his past, what happened to him into his past. Emotionally, he's still a kid. I'm repeating it since episode 5 or 6 of the season 1. So, okay, emotionally you're still a kid, but in your brain, you know, and your body, they want to survive because they know that they need to survive to stay alive. They have stuff to do, and just emotionally, your heart is not opened enough yet to understand everything, to understand that you lived good moments into your childhood with your family, with your loved ones, that you have still people who love you, who need you, your family, You have Leif who is searching for you, is giving entire years of his life for you. You had Askeladd who taught you a lot. You lived amazing stuff and you cannot see it because your heart is still that closed because you're still a kid. Emotionally, you're still a kid. But at least Snake showed you that in fact you don't want to die, not that much. And then you said the truth about your past to Einar, about the fact that you were a warrior and you were one of the warriors who went after your people. So okay, you didn't attack directly Einar, his village, his family, you didn't kill them yourself directly, but you were a part on this side of the story. Einar felt a lot of hate, and really I totally understand why, I totally felt his emotions and all, but I really thought that something would stop him before really trying to kill him, like trying to kill Thorfinn. I really thought that he would stop. I really didn't think that he would go that far with that. Okay, after that he stopped, but really he went that far, he tried, like for real. I was surprised about it. Like I said it, for me, if I understood something, you know, about Einar with all of the background that we discovered, but really with how he is right now, for me he has a big heart, and that's why he wanted to intervene during that fight against Ormar. He wanted for Thorfinn to run away. He's so mad at himself because he didn't save his sister and his mother, so now he wants to save people. And also just he has really a big heart, and you know, all of that thing also with the slave girl, like he has a big heart, maybe not a big brain, but he has a big heart. And really I thought that he could never go that far. Okay, he can feel all of this hate, this anger and all, but he can also understand the situation, and at the end that's what he did. He understood the situation, he said it to Thorfinn. I don't know, you know, the rough journey that you had, all of the hard stuff, awful stuff that you lived into your life, I don't know about it. So it means that he already thought about that, about the fact that for Thorfinn, who is, you know, not that old, clearly younger than him, the fact that this guy lived all of that, clearly he had a rough life. And for Thorfinn to say that it's okay to die right now, for sure, like he considers that he had just a rough life. That's what he said also. So Einar understood all of that mentally, but also emotionally with his heart. He understood it also, and at the end he's saying it and all. But I thought that all of what he said at the end, so all of what he said and thought at the end, he would already thought that before trying to kill Thorfinn. Like really, I didn't think that he would go for it. I was truly surprised. But at the end, he understood the situation. He said to Thorfinn, you had a rough past, you were on the wrong side, clearly, but you were not the one to attack my village, you were not the one to kill my family directly. Like, I think that he's gonna go with it, you know, like, he's not gonna be mad really at Thorfinn for his past, even more because he understands that Thorfinn is suffering his past a lot with these nightmares, again into his nightmares, into his dreams, when he's seeing his dad, when he's having these visions and all. Thorfinn is always picturing himself as a kid of 5 years old, as the kid that he was when his dad died. He never evolved emotionally, never evolved. He's not picturing himself as an adult, he's not picturing himself as who he is right now. He's seeing himself in his dreams, in his visions, in his nightmares, in everything like that, emotionally, meaning as a kid. So I was wrong about these nightmares being about when Askeladd died. I thought that it was the case, and no, he's picturing himself as a kid fighting enemies and fighting people who died because of him. The fact that we are seeing that lady, I love it a lot because I said it when we discovered this episode during the episode 1, and I think that I said it at multiple occasions during intros and reviews. It's one of my favorite episodes, in fact. Maybe it's not the biggest one of the season 1, like clearly, you know, we didn't meet Canute yet, we didn't have a big moment with Askeladd or anything like that, but for me it was a big one for Thorfinn, who understood that he could be the villain of someone else's story. That okay, he had reasons to be there, to follow Askeladd, to have his revenge, and he can consider that he's doing the right thing, the good thing. I don't know why my camera erased the last file, you know, so I don't have the last part of my review. I know that it ended with me talking about the fact that I loved that Thorfinn had the memory of that lady into his dreams, because, I mean, more his nightmares, because it truly represents the fact that it's from that moment that Thorfinn began to understand that he can be the villain in someone else's story. Okay, he had good reasons to follow Askeladd, to stay with him, to have his revenge, but at the end, he was still helping to kill good people. He was himself killing good people because he was thinking that he was on the good side, you know, because he wanted to defend the honor of someone good, but at the end, he was someone bad for someone else's story. Do you understand what I mean? So that's why I think that it's truly interesting and important that this lady is into his nightmares and he's the one killing her into his nightmares, and it's representing also the situation with Einar, because he's the bad guy into Einar's story also. But Einar understood the fact that Thorfinn did all of that because he had a rough past, a rough life, and also the fact that Thorfinn wants to die right now, or at least doesn't care about living, it's a proof of it. Einar understood it, so he doesn't forget and forgive everything that Thorfinn did and all, but he just recognized the fact that someone who is fighting for the other side is not the enemy. Someone who is fighting on the other side has reasons to be there and is on the other side, but he's not someone fundamentally bad, he's not the villain, and that you can be the villain of someone else's story even if you think that you're doing the right thing and you're on the good side. And Einar understood that, and I think that maybe he helped Thorfinn to understand that. You know, that thing about thank you for waking me can mean a lot of things. Rather, it can mean thank you for waking me when I have my nightmares, but it can mean also thank you for making me understand that, because if you can't hate me, I mean you hate me but not that much that you're gonna truly kill me and all, you don't have that desire of revenge and all. I think that maybe finally Thorfinn understood that thing about you're the villain on someone else's story, but in fact no one is truly the villain. Everyone has reasons to be there, everyone has reasons to fight for one side. Really, this episode was a lesson of life for Thorfinn. His body and his brain still want to live, just his heart is right now too closed, you know, to understand why and to understand that he has already reasons to stay alive, his family who loves him, who needs him, Leif who is searching for him, plenty of other reasons and all, and he can't see and read all of what happened to him. Even when he was with Askeladd, for now he can't do it. And right there, Einar taught him another lesson of life about the fact that your enemy, during a moment, during a fight, has also reasons to be there to fight against you, and good reasons. There is no good and bad side, not at all. And Einar understood that Thorfinn is not directly responsible for what happened to his village, what happened to his mother and his sister. So I don't think that he's gonna forget and forgive him just like that, you know, but I don't think that he's gonna continue with that hate. Do you understand what I mean? But yes, I loved a lot that we talked again, we saw again that woman, because right there it was really logical to see her with, you know, that moment with Einar, that situation that he had with Einar. She was representing that idea really well. And also because I truly loved this episode, for me it was a turning point for Thorfinn, this episode during the season 1, so I'm glad that we had the proof of it right there. But really, again, Thorfinn, into your dreams, you're a kid. You're still a kid. Emotionally, you're still a kid. We had the proof again. Because emotionally, you're still that kid fighting your enemies, who didn't accept all of what you did, your past, who didn't make peace with it also. Okay. I'm gonna stop this review right there. That was 2 cool episodes that I watched. We finished it with, I think, Canute, who evolved, was short hair. I want to discover what happened to him during all of this time. I'm gonna discover that, I think, during the next episode now. We'll see about it. So it's all for you and for me for today. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Rain